So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into some miscellaneous news. We got like 20 minutes before the show starts, so...
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So, UFC Hall of Famer Tito Ortiz came out during this RAF show and challenged Chael Sonnen to a match at RAF 2. So, Chael Sonnen famously stepped up last minute to challenge Craig Jones after Gable Steveson pulled out in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Last minute, Uncle Chael's like, yeah, I'll fight Craig Jones in a Jiu-Jitsu match. Just a gangster through and through. And then they had Tito Ortiz show up and be like, yeah, I want to challenge you to RAF. So again, this RAF show was a huge success. They got like 4,000 people in there. They drew more than the average Dynamite or Collision the last couple of years. I bet if you averaged it out, it's under 4K. I don't know what the ratings did, but everyone's talking about this. They had Holly Holm step up on 1 day's notice. Holly Holm is a champion kickboxer. I don't know if she's a champion boxer. I think she's like a multiple-time champion boxer, though, if I'm not mistaken. She's a champion UFC fighter, MMA fighter. And then she stepped up on like a day's notice to wrestle. Here, we have the footage right here of Holly Holm, dude. And she put up a great match, or like a challenge against Kennedy Blades, I believe. Or no, Alejandra Rivera is who she fought. And she put up a good fight. It was like 4-6 or something like that. She lost, but like you could argue Holly Holm might be one of the, like not man or woman, just one of the greatest combat sport athletes of all time. I think you could make that argument without question. But yeah, dude, let's look at this. They had like Chael Sonnen on commentary. They had, I don't know, man. It's just cool. I didn't see the entire event, but they really have something here. The vibe of it, they are trying to like sports entertainment up amateur wrestling. And if they can get some international guys to be like, yeah, we'll come over, and is the money there? Let's do this. And they're doing houses like 4,000. And I don't know if they'll keep that up for every show. But if the next match, Chael versus Tito in a wrestling match, if they market that correctly, it'll be bigger than this one, for sure.
Watch out for the roll through. The roll through. The roll through. Holly Holm. That's going to be what the headlock, though. Holly Holm punches that underhook real heavy, but that headlock is big. And she got hit with that headlock that I was saying.
And you know Hulk Hogan's smiling down from the heavens, dude. If it was me, this match would be over, brother. I dropped the leg. 1, 2, 3, dude. Hit the boot. He wouldn't even know what's coming, Jack. But for real, you know, and it was just a big success. And just shout out Eric Bischoff. I didn't bookmark absolutely everything about the show because you've all seen it. And yeah, I mean, it drew 4K and there was some great matchups. Bo Nickel, who's a UFC fighter, was on the card, and he got a win. And there was just a lot happen. And I'm really proud of Bischoff. And what I love so much about that, okay, is that Dave Meltzer said that Conan and Bischoff have the chance to prove Tony Khan wrong, and let's see you draw a bigger house. Let's see you do a blah, 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 blah. He even fantasy mark book Conan getting fired from AAA when they were inducting him in the Hall of Fame. The complete opposite of getting fired. And Dave Meltzer talked all that, and this year alone, Conan destroyed AEW and CMLL with his AAA shows, and Bischoff destroyed Dynamite and Collision from like a day ago with an amateur wrestling show.
Oh my God, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
It's fucking
the best guy is Tony Khan.
Dave is just a jinx on everybody and everything he encounters. Speaking of jinxed, this guy might have got his balls popped. Let's see this. I don't know why we're watching this. This isn't even wrestling. It's like Jackass or whatever. But he pogoed on the guy's dick. Syko Stu has been released from the hospital and is at home resting. He sustained a serious head injury and was unconscious upon arrival at the ER. His injuries include trauma to both the upper and lower jaws, a laceration to his upper lip, and a fracture to the maxilla bone, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. He has a long road of recovery ahead, but he remains in good spirits despite everything he has been through. We are deeply grateful for all the love and support we've received during this time. Thank you to everyone who has contributed in any way, whether through monetary donations, food, flowers, or gifts. Your kindness means more than words can express. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Syko Stu! Syko Stu! He kicked out. He kicked out. Raja, we coming for you. Raja, we coming for you. I heard like Raja turned himself in. Is that true? Or did he not do that? That's the right thing to do though, man, is turn yourself in. I don't know if there's, or like, did they want to even arrest him? I don't fucking know. Turn himself in for what? That's why I didn't go out of my way to really bookmark or bring it up in any serious form or fashion, because I didn't hear any of that, or other than just what I think someone, maybe they were joking. I don't know. I think I read it in passing. But either way, justice will be served. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, but I don't know what I'm saying. Rampage's son in jail? No, he's not in jail, dude. Okay, so speaking of jailbirds, WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long recently provided a detailed firsthand account of Vince McMahon's private 80th birthday party, a 2-night event held at Gotham Hall in New York City. Gotham, with the rest of the Rogues Gallery. That Batman better not show up, pal, or you're fired. Bruce, sorry, Vince, I don't even work for you. Long shared specific details, blah, blah. When asked about McMahon's appearance, Teddy said, he didn't look bad to me. I understand what people are talking about. His face looked like it might have been a little swole or something like that, but he looked nice to me. Had on a nice suit both nights. He was getting around, moving around. He looked great to me. McMahon wearing a production headset. He noted that he observed McMahon wearing a production headset during the party. Added, it just reminded me of him at TVs, walking around doing his thing. He was like back to work, and I think that did a lot for him. Wait, Vince McMahon producing Clash in Paris confirmed. It's just like a fake one. Sorry, I'm chewing ice. He has dementia, so it's like a fake one. And he's just walking around. Yeah. Go to camera 3. Okay, Vince. Somebody, I went poo-poo in my pants. Send someone in here to wipe my ass. I just go sit down at the table and they come and get me. The lady says, you Teddy Long? I say, yeah. She said, well, you're at Vince's table. The only talent at that table was me and John Cena. You what? So Vince is like, all you peasants sit over there. John, you're cool. You're famous right now. You and Teddy sit with me. I swear, John, when I said the N-word to you, I didn't mean it. Teddy forgives me, right? Teddy forgives me, right? See? All's forgotten now. Enjoy your champagne. Oh, fuck. First thing he said to me is, it was nice to see you. It's good to see you, pal. Many notable figures: Undertaker, Kane, Shane McMahon, Triple H, Jerry Lawler, Sergeant Slaughter, Godfather, Booker T, R-Truth, Shane. So no Stephanie was not there, but Triple H was there and brought the girls. See, it's fucked for Stephanie, because I bet in IRL that she's like, damn, like about what her dad did. Like, that's pretty wild, you know? He added that McMahon's granddaughter sang happy birthday to him. There was musical acts. The entertainment was Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll came out. So he corrected online rumors about, there's rumors about the musical acts that were there. No, it was just Jelly Roll. There must be something in the water. I don't even know any of the words to his songs, but it's just like, it must be something in my heart. Yeah. It's just that generic fucking, no hate on Jelly Roll, I guess, but I'm not like overly sipping whiskey out the bottle. It's just like generic country shit. I knew him when he was a rapper. McMahon's resignation followed a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. We already know. So, yeah, that's the details, the ins and outs of what went down at Vince McMahon's no poo play. We didn't ask about poop or kittens, huh? Shills. Ladies and gentlemen, miscellaneous news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for nobody's favorite segment, and it is called the Syko Stu. So, Rhea Ripley calls out fans that mobbed her like a pack of rabid zombies, is what she called them, okay? And she says, remember, we are people. Do not swarm me or anyone like a pack of rabid zombies. No one should ever be pushed up against an Uber driver's door and completely mobbed like I experienced. Use common courtesy and humanity. No means no. What the fuck? Yeah, for real. That's fucked. I gotta repost that. You goddamn wackos. You French wackos. I know you all have orgies and nude beaches and don't shave your pits. Doesn't mean we're all disgusting fucking heathens like you. No. Je peux parler en français, okay? We're all good here. Let's take a look. They just swarm her. All dudes, too. Like, I think one girl in sight. Who doesn't swarm, by the way. And yeah, Uber driver, open her fucking door. Why doesn't she have? She's so famous. She should have like a man around her at all times, like a big dude in a suit protecting her at all fucking times. I know that costs a lot of, but when you're in public like that, I mean, and I'm not like condoning any of this at all. Just Rhea, for real. Any of those guys could have a sharp object that they just hit you with because they're fucking crazy. What happened to John Lennon and shit, you know? The Beatles. I shot him because it was a great record. Rhea, you fucking beach. Take picture with me. I'm Pepe Le Pew. I'm Vincent Le Pew. Take picture with me. Please, mon chéri. So, and then Kingpin Ricochet goes, disgusting maggots. And then I just had to, I'm like, sucks when it doesn't happen to you, I bet. Just because he called me a loser. You're going to get it. You're going to get it, Ricochet. I put you over last night's show, so today we bury. So speaking of sick fucking freaks, remember, folks, Rob Feinstein at a WWE event. No one bats an eyelash. No one gives a shit. Rob Feinstein at an AEW show. Where's all the sickos melting down? I mean, everyone bats eyelashes. Sorry, I fucked up the saying. I've been drinking early, okay? A tea too many martinis. A tea many martinis, as they say. I don't know. Listen, and shout out Drew. He's not guilty or anything because this asshole runs up in the hotel and goes, hey, I snap a flick, man. I used to book ROH, or whatever the fuck. And then he's here at AEW, though. No one gives a fuck. No one says shit. None of these sickos say a goddamn thing. But when it's in WWE, remember everyone melting down? And then Punk posted it, though. Real picture, LOL, sending this goof back to the minor leagues. It's fucking hilarious. And then, yeah, shout out AEW Disciplinary Committee and Bixenspan, man. Is this a real picture of Bixenspan? He looks like one of the Beatles. No. He looks like John Lennon now. No. I heard this is what you look like. What beast is this? Responding to, I'm not sure, but it's a picture of Bix. That's all I know. And then this guy, S88JKG Wrestling, says, Grok, what beast is this? And then Grok says, this appears to be Chris Chan, Christine Weston Chandler, known for creating the Sonny Chu webcomic and various internet memes. The image seems to be from around her legal proceedings. Oh my God, dude. So I'll show you guys Chris Chan. Oh my God. And this isn't even me making fun of Christine Chandler, Chris Chan. So it's hard to explain, but here is, I'll just show you, right? So, and it called, that's who Bix was. I don't know. I think that's funny. Chat, what about you? That's fucking hilarious to me, dude. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was our Syko segment. You guys ready for a break? Rusev on WWE Return. This is the best locker room I've ever been in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was WWE So, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the chat together now. Ichi Nissan Da. Great AEW news. I'm going to clip all the news from this episode into one clip, and then I'm going to fucking, it's going to be like a mini version of what a PWT show is. You know, it's going to be awesome. It'll be like a 15-minute version or 20-minute version of like PWT in its entirety, every segment. So, guys, Here is Tony Khan. And this is a great point out from this guy here, JSM 319 Sammy Gurr 45 blah, 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 right? He says this Tony Khan uses the same script when talking about AEW. He knows nothing about football or wrestling. AEW and the Jaguars, two failing sports ventures. And yeah, just listen to the way he talks about it's the same, just like non-specific, no real answers because he doesn't really know.
I do think it's a really exciting time for the Jaguars right now.
Oh, it's a really exciting time for AEW right now. Same shit, dude. This is CNBC Sport as well. Think about the people clowning him for this shit.
I do think it's a really exciting time for the Jaguars right now, and the fans are very energized about Liam, and the players are very energized. You know, we're talking to players on both sides of the ball. Of course, Trevor Lawrence and great players on the offense, and we have some great young players on defense.
It's the same thing. He just names the big name. Of course, Trevor Lawrence. He's awesome. They're like, Tony, he's injured again. Oh, but he's still great, though.
Leaders like Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker, and players that I think any coach would be excited to work with. And I know Liam Cohen and our staff are really excited to work with.
The coaching staff is really young. Is that purposeful?
I think that's what Liam is trying to build, a staff of a lot of experience. There are some really experienced coaches on the staff too, but there are young coaches. Liam's a young coach. He's got a lot of energy. He's
Not as much as me, though. I drink lots of Starbucks, lots of soda waters. I sleep all day. Well, I mean, I don't mean that part, but just some people say that about me, but it's not really true.
Scribe from the Sean McVay tree of coaching. Sean McVay came in as a very young coach himself in Los Angeles with a lot of experience for a young guy. And Liam has worked under Sean, with Sean twice. And Liam is a very experienced guy all over football with a great football mind from a great football family. His dad is tremendous. And, you know, Liam's learned a lot about the sport from a young age. And I've really enjoyed connecting with him and getting to spend time and talking with him and learning from him already. And I think he's going to be a great leader for the Jags. I do think.
Oh, he'll be a great leader. And then we had a clone activated. What does this mean for Hologram? So I called this. Go back in PWT history. And I told you guys what's going to happen with Hologram is there's going to be like an evil version of him. So see, there's like an evil Hologram. And it's like, okay, Hologram's undefeated. They wasted this on Collision. Tony Khan owns this IP. He could have pushed this on Dynamite. Oh, that's for little kids and shit. Like, no, that would have I'm sorry. This Hologram shit gets you viewers, man. Gets you kid viewers and shit like that on Dynamite. Wasted it. All for naught. And I called this. I told you guys there was going to be a Sin Cara Negro situation here. And that's what there is with Hologram. I fucking smelled it. I could smell what Tony was cooking a mile away. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was AEW news. Ichi ni Sanda. And we have one more segment. Flutes in chat, everybody, as quick as you can. Flutes in chat, ladies and gentlemen. I need to see a billion flutes in chat, 500,000 including Max. Flutes, because it is time for everybody's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer, and this may be the shortest one ever. Dumb moment of the week.
The 5-star match is the gold standard among subredditors. The hardcore wrestling designation, often awarded to underground matches and renegade promotions, is meaningless and completely subjective. If you wrestle in AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or you're a 5-star merchant like Will Ospreay or Kenny Omega, 5-star rating is all but guaranteed. Star ratings are championed by Dave Meltzer, who turns 200 this year. Like Dave, they've been around forever, so they've cultivated an underground following. Also like Dave, the star rating system has overstayed its welcome, leaving a trail of internet darlings in its wake, broken, injured, paralyzed, and in some cases, deceased. Today, we're going to talk about the undeniable damage that the 5-star match has had on countless wrestlers and why Dave Meltzer's fetishizing of strong style has had a negative and sometimes deadly impact on the physical well-being of some of his favorite wrestlers. Subscribe in Creole. The fire.
So subscribe in Creole over to Pro Wrestling Bits. Shout out my guy Alfred Kunawa. He will be back on the show soon. Make sure you guys go and watch his whole video. Yeah, careers have been shortened and shit because of Dave Meltzer. And he knows that. And that's what I tell these kids out here, these sickos, man. They just want move corn. And they don't care if these wrestlers die in the fucking ring. They just want to see them drop each other on each other's heads and do all this crazy shit, you know? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week.